Hello, everyone, and welcome to this new Transurfing talk. My name is Gabriel, and I'm here with my friend Fernando. Hello, Fernando.
Hi, Gabriel. Nice to be here again. One more session.
Yeah, nice to see
Yeah.
you again. And today today we are talking about soul and mind. I think this is really an interesting topic of Transurfing.
Yeah, very, very fundamental. We need to kind of clarify this very well so that people can really understand it, in the true sense, what Vadim is trying to say here.
Yeah, that's totally good. So we can start to talk about the difference between the two,
Yeah, like we were saying, this the soul and mind aspect, it's like two different aspects of ourselves. One is the soul is more connected to the heart, to the inner, our sensations, our feelings, and the mind is connected to our, it's our thoughts, our experience with the reality before us, through the senses.
Yes.
It's the interpretation of. So Vadim Zeland says that this state when we are observing our reality, living, but we might not be awake, but we just interacting with reality. This is what he calls the mind, our experience in a wake state, living, reacting to things that are happening around us. This is the limited mind. And then we have the other aspect, the inner aspect of the soul, which is our expectations, our feelings, our inspiration. It can be either like for if you like, inspiration and openness and joy, happiness, or it can also be when we are in oppression, depression, or rejecting something. It's the two aspects of this our heart. When our heart is in joy or is sad. It's these two aspects of the heart. So, but the thing here in Transurfing is when they join together, when they agree one with the other, the feeling, we have a sensation, a feeling about something, and the mind says, "Oh yes, that's it. This is what it's like." It's very likely this will happen. When they unite, this is when the manifestation starts to become materialized, into our reality. It starts to manifest. So it's a very important aspect. It's a vital aspect of Transurfing to have this in equilibrium, to be really awake and aware. So that, of course, we don't want to unite the heart and mind when we hear a piece of bad news or some disaster. If our mind agrees with that and our feeling, cooperates with it, then we get into these situations. We attract these situations, come near to our lifelines,
and then is when people say, "Oh, I know this thing was going to happen," because Yeah, they unite these two in the negative, what they don't want. So yeah, I think it's really, yeah, I think it's really key to see that.
I mean,
yeah.
Yeah.
No,
It's
tell
a
me.
great, it's a great tool, you know.
Yeah,
It's a
totally.
great tool to use to create, you know, in a positive way.
Yes.
When these two unite, we need that. You know, it's very powerful. But if we don't manage it, if we're not conscious, awake, and aware, then
Yes.
it can do a lot of damage to ourselves. You know?
Yeah, totally. Because that's what I want to tell. It's like we usually spend the day like in a sleep mode, you know, reacting to what's going on to us, what's happening. And usually our mind is always, or most of the time, in the negative. So it's more easy that these two combine in the negative than in the positive, because we don't usually put attention in what we want. So yeah, I think that the first step will be to be awake, you know, to see what is going on your mind and what are you giving attention to. Yeah,
definitely. Yeah. And like we say, you know, this maybe this explains why people tend to identify like their positions in the world, you know, because like the pendulums, they control our reality. You know, they control. If we're not awake and aware, they drive. You know, they feed off us and get their energy from us. So they manipulate us into reactions and so that they can extract energy. But and that's why probably our freedom is narrowed. You know, we are totally dependent on the pendulums to express ourselves. So we have to this tool that we have here in Transurfing is a great asset, because we can with Transurfing we can if you like defeat we cannot fight them. We have to understand this in the correct way. We cannot fight it, but we can not give them energy. And eventually, when we more and more people stop feeding these structures, they will eventually have to diminish and dissolve and disappear. So this is the only way we can free ourselves from these structures, you know, this massive energetic fields that feed off us, you know. So
they feed off us through our minds. Totally, they connect us with our minds. So we are thinking about this pendulum, and usually our attention is always caught between something external like the news, and they are made in a way to make us feel negative and to transmit negativity, you know. So that's kind of important to see, you know, that we have to be awake.
So we have a point here that we can also explain this, how we perceive ourselves in the world, you know, either as a servant or a master, you know, like, you know, and this is how the pendulums then have you know, they can have the possibility of, through the mind, controlling us. But from the point of view of Transurfing, this is, we don't have to live in this way. It's not, we are like really entities, if you like, beings, energetic beings, you know, like the soul. We don't see the souls. We don't see our feelings, but we
Senses.
sense them, you know.
Yeah.
But it's not visible, you know, like a wave. It's not visible, but it exists and affects reality.
Totally.
Affects creates an effect on matter, you know. So we have to identify with this aspect of ourselves, who we really are, you know.
Yeah.
And from this aspect, then we have the possibility of reaching, of creating a new perspective for mankind, a new reality, new possibilities, you know, because all these things that we can possibly feel and think about already exist, you know,
Yes.
in this space of variation. So it's really we acting in a very infantile way, you know, like not being able to understand that we can use this energies, this force, this power to benefit the whole our reality structure, to create something wonderful, to be able to live and evolve, you know, to a sort of higher aspect of mankind, you know. This is we have this possibility, and this is what we want to do with Transurfing. It's not so much like we don't want to stay at this level of entertainment, you know, of self-development, entertainment. We want to really go deep and realize our power and apply it in a kind of intelligent way, you know, to kind of create a new world, you know, a new that is beneficial for everyone, because there is no such thing as scarcity. There's no need for that. It's all coming from our limited mind, you know, the concepts, the past, you know. Okay, we've gone through the past to evolve this aspect of ourselves, you know, this kind of aspect of ourselves, the animal being, you know, to develop this aspect. But we have something else within our system, you know, Vadim Zeland calls it the creative spark, you know, which is like makes a connection with this invisible field of all possibilities, and we can do magic, you know. It's like it's wonderful, and we're not using it, and we are prevented from using it, you know, by these structures, what we call in Transurfing the pendulums, you know. We are prevented because, you know, something is being created, you know, an idea, a world is functioning in a certain way, and it doesn't want to lose its power because it's like, in a way, it works from fear, you know. It doesn't want to let go because it doesn't know anything else. It cannot let go to go into something much higher, you know. So it holds on to that and tries to maintain this kind of impossible, in a way, like impossible state, you know, for everybody. You know, it's becoming more and more harder for us to be able to live with joy and happiness. It's becoming more difficult for the human being, you know, to engage, because we're becoming more evolved, more sophisticated, but at the same time we're losing the connection with the real part of us, you know. We got to do something about it.
Totally. And it's also like the matrix that we live in, you know, like the social media and all the past experience of the people around us that tell us how things work and how the world works. That is totally the limited mind, you know. And also the mind always think that knows what's going to happen, you know. And usually normally does not listen to the soul, you know. Is so connected with the world outside, and all the information, the massive information that is coming from us every day on the news and everything, that keep us totally asleep, and we are not owners of our attention or anything. So yeah, I think it's key to see that, you know, that our attention is gold, because we are our attention. And yeah, and the mind, yes, we have to find this connection between the two, because the mind in Transurfing, you know, the problem is that he thinks that he knows what's going on, and does not let the external intention to work, you know. So yeah.
That's why we have to learn this technology, you know, because being limited, and being programmed, you know, it's being limited, it's being programmed with, like you said, with all this information. You know, we live in the age of information, you know, like we say, oh wow, you know, it's great, but you know, at the same time, it's such a tool to keep us in a state where we can be exploited, you know. And this is, but I think this is more and more people are waking up, you know, through the experience, through this. In a way, it's like you have to reach the bottom of the pit, you know, before you can realize where you are. You know, you think like, it is enough, it is enough. And then when we say that, when we, you know, if we still believe in all this kind of false, if you like, way of manifesting, if we believe it, we stay in it, and we just go on, you know. But if there is something waking up, you know, this creator spark, it's there, it's dormant, you know. But through all these experiences that we go through that are not very satisfying, disappointing, this thing, we get to a point where we get tired, you know, and we give in our energy away. We get to a point where we send out a call, you know, we send out the, you know, kind of a scream, there must then spark starts to move, you know, to become alive.
Yeah.
And then when that becomes alive and unite, and our mind starts to understand the process, you know, it becomes a higher mind, and this guides us onto something to be able to move out of this matrix, you know, of this kind of closed system, if you like.
Totally, Yes.
So this I think this knowledge is it's so in a way it's very simple, you know. It's only because the difficulty comes when the mind needs, the limited mind needs to understand it, you know. It needs to kind of be at a point of saturation, you know, of like, you know, that it doesn't know anymore. Like you said, you know, you said the mind thinks it knows, you know, thinks it can solve the problems, and up to a certain point it will work to solve problem, but it's like in this closed circle, you know. It's like you take one drug to fix one thing in your body, and then you need to take another drug because that drug makes something else go wrong,
Yeah.
and like you end up taking 18 different drugs, by the time you are 60 or 70, you take a handbag full of drugs. It's the same thing. We keep going around in circles, and we want to break out of that. We want to break out. And this,
exactly.
Vadim gave us a great tool, and it's simple. It's just that we need to convince this limited mind. We need to convince the limited mind that this is, and there is so much evidence. There is so much research, and in physics and all this, in the last years, last 10, 15, 20 years, that proves that this is how it works. This is how it works. We send out thought and a feeling, and the thing starts to manifest. Okay, you want a new house. Like it's not going to appear before you, like, in the next 5 minutes, because you couldn't possibly cope with that. But as soon as we project out there what we want to have in our lives, without, with this knowledge, not just with the desire we need to have desire with intention and action, for the things to happen. But if we project this thing out there, like, things start to happen, like, someone starts to make the bricks in a factory, this and that, like all the what we call the material world starts to
move.
It's moving all the time,
and
it's been moving all the time through existence. And then we see the thing in a with our rational mind. We see, like, we go to the shop, we buy this, we buy that, and put that together, and the house gets built. So, but in fact, it's like happening through this flow of energy into material, into the material world, and we need to understand that and realize our simplicity, and that the person right now, any person can do it if they, understand the principle and the thing,
and the thing is that they are really doing it, but not in a conscious way,
Oh, we're doing it all the time.
All the time, It's like you were explaining. It's like the travel on the space of variations. The moment that you start to think about it, and you feel that, oh, that can be good, and it's really, really special when you see how it works. Because I saw the work of external intention years before knowing Transurfing, and I was amazed, and I said, oh my God, I just thought about it and just happened. And then, wow, it was electric. And that makes me to start to think about it. Oh, I think about this and I feel like I can have it, and boom, there she goes, so it was totally amazing, so
it's like it's fun, isn't it?
Totally,
it's fun,
totally, because it was like
it's like a game, so it's something that we need to do, to kind of give out this knowledge and make it in a way so that people, it's not complicated.
No,
it's not complicated. It's just that the limited mind sometimes is so involved in its own little world that it doesn't want to move out of that. It's like it doesn't. is not able to move out of this closed circle of action, you know. But
Yes.
it's something that well, I think I feel very optimistical about it. I
Yeah,
feel
yeah,
very optimistic that there is something that tells me that this thing so much more powerful than the other aspect, the aspect of this, if you like, the of maintaining things the way they are, you know,
yeah.
of the fear of evolving into something greater, you know. I think the creative will always the creative, we could equate it to the truth, you know.
Yes.
The truth always wins, you know. There's that saying, the truth always wins. And
Yeah.
it's the creative will always overcome, you know, the light will overcome the darkness, you know. And it's
Sure.
like and I feel very positive about it. And
Yeah,
I think
me too, you know.
yeah.
And yeah, we can say that, yeah, it all starts with being conscious of what you think and what you feel, and start to see that the moment that you get and you project this thought and this emotion, the space of variation is going to move, and you're gonna see proof that this reality works, you know. And maybe you desire something that right now in the lifeline that you are right now is kind of far away, you know, and you have to move with your thoughts, with the slides that we're going to talk about, slides in the near future. But yeah,
we'll talk about it.
yes,
The thing is, we need to engage, you know, like with that, you know, like we have some techniques that
sure,
we can use to if you like, to get our mind, our limited mind, to cooperate, you know, through this
yes,
habit, make a habit of being awake and aware, you know, rather than falling asleep and then our mind is like doing things there unconsciously. If we can through some techniques and experience and practice, and we get more and more confident. We get more confident in the process, and the more confident we are, we integrate it and we are able to use it, and it becomes then a natural way, you know, for
of
us. You
living.
know, for me, it's very natural to live. To observe things, and I enjoy it, you know. I enjoy observing, you know, situations, and you know, if it's something like something happening out there and it's not very comfortable, it's like a sign for me. It's not a negative thing, it's a sign for me, you know, like, wake up, what's going on, you know, let's do some work here. And then you enjoy it, you see it changing, you know, the thing moves, you know. It's really wonderful. It's it's a great, I think we're doing a good job.
Yeah, I think it too. And I think that people, when they start to see the results, when they start to apply it and see the results, they want more, because it can change your life totally. It's totally a different way of perceiving reality, you know. So I think that the first step is to be awake and to have observe our thoughts, you know, where are our thoughts going, you know. And then we can take control of the mind and decide where are we going to, what we want in our lives. And we know that with the unity of the mind and the soul, it puts in action the external intention. That's really the key of.
And we get so many, you know, from the people in the training,
Yeah.
you know, like people in the train, the stories, you know, that they tell,
Yeah.
how things, and like you said, even sometimes, even before they knew Transurfing, they were doing it, you know,
Yeah.
like, you know, but they weren't conscious of it, you know,
Yeah.
and then they now they have, like, they all of a sudden they came across Transurfing, and they say, wow, this is like, I'm reading this thing,
Yeah.
this here, and but they totally identify with it,
Yeah.
as something that it's yes, that's how it is. But it's nice to see it written, and confirmation of something that it's coming from you. You
Yeah.
know, at the right moment, like you manifesting that, what we call transurfing in your life. You manifesting this knowledge, but it's like, it's because it's coming from you. You've asked for it. You know, it's the right moment. You know, when the pupil is ready, the teacher is there. You know.
Yeah. Yeah. Totally.
Like that famous saying from Buddhism, I
Yeah.
think it was.
Yeah, and for me that was that way totally.
Yeah,
And I
yeah,
never read nothing about it, but I just have that
yeah,
thought and that
yeah,
thing happened, and that
yeah,
makes a
yeah,
difference in me. And I
yeah,
start to think, oh my God, that I have a thought and I
yeah,
feel it and that happened. What's going on here? So I start to
yeah,
read books,
yeah,
and that's how
yeah,
I discovered
yeah,
transurfing,
yeah,
and it's
yeah,
really special when you see that right in there. That's, yeah, that's how I did it. That's how it works, so
yeah,
yeah, it's
yeah,
it's
yeah,
it's
yeah, yeah.
magic, but at the same time it's not magic. It's how reality
Well, yeah,
operates.
yeah,
Yeah.
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 It's like when you don't know how the thing is working, you say, "Oh, it's magic,"
Exactly.
or like, "I was lucky," or I was unlucky, you know. But
Hmm.
it's not. It's all coming from us all the time, all the time.
Yeah.
And we have to know this is the and when we know that, then we also work with ethic. We work with
Yeah.
we are like become responsible, like for
Totally.
our we accept everything that we even if we make a mistake, it's okay. It's not,
Sure. Yeah.
yeah,
And
it's
yeah, and
not a big deal.
I see
Yeah,
sometimes with things that happen to me that
yeah,
I see that, oh, I was giving too much importance to that,
yeah,
and I
yeah,
can see the result. Or
yeah,
I
yeah,
was asleep, and you make conscious of
yeah, yeah,
your practice,
yeah,
So
yeah,
also I think is key to, we talk about how to differentiate the voice of the mind and the voice of the soul.
yeah,
And for me, when people ask me how to listen to the voice of the soul, I always tell them that for me, what it really works is going to nature. I live
yeah,
really, really close to the sea, so when
yeah,
I always want to every day give a walk close to the sea.
yeah,
And I feel this connection with nature, and I
yeah,
think it's more easy for the soul to talk when
yeah,
when you are connected to nature, because
yeah,
it's the energy, it's totally different.
yeah, yeah,
So
yeah.
what tips can you give us about the differentiation?
Well, I live in nature as well, here in the
Yeah.
middle of nowhere. And it was no coincidence, it was like a sort of a plan.
Mm.
I didn't make it happen, I mean, directly, um, trying to kind of work with my mind. I have to take this step or that step. It just happened, it happened
Mm.
very quickly. We were living in I've met Transurfing about 10 years ago,
Wow.
and then I went to different stages, but I'm talking about this last part.
Yeah.
We were living in a big city, a lovely city, but a big city in Berlin,
Mm.
and then all of a sudden, like, um, uh, what would what we would normally think was like a disaster came for myself. You know, my wife got very ill, and we had to live, and then very quickly we sold our place in Berlin, and then and it wasn't even me. I didn't find this place. It was like my sister called me and told me, "Oh, look, there's this place in Port." I didn't even come here to have a look.
Yeah.
I just I had a friend that was in Immobilien in estate, you know, in estate agent, you know, and she came and had a look. She said to me, "It's okay," and we bought, and then we came here, and it's wonderful, you know. It's like just nature, but it's not nature that is being exploited, you know. A little bit further away, we are about 10 kilometers from, I'm just giving you this example, that it happened also because we send out this intention, you know.
It was the work of external intention.
It was making it happen for us. I didn't like really constructed the thing in detail, how it's going to happen. We must not really do that, you know. It's like outer intention. It's like it brings it to us, you know, the best. You know, it was so easy. The easiest part with no waste of energy, you know. It just go boom, and we ended up here and everything. And I'm always in nature, but when I was before, like you said, you know, you go down to the sea, you take a walk in the night, and this, of course, is very beneficial. And I used to do that and do my exercises. When I was in England, for a few years, and I used to go into the fields, you know, in the middle of nowhere, and do like some of the techniques, like connecting, you know, like the big bubble, get in there, and, you know, project out, and this, and it was so amazing, the reaction from outer intention, you know, to showing me really like, look, this is how it works, you know, look, you know, and this give us more and more confidence in the process. You said, like, this is how it works, you know, this is the world doesn't know, and it's not, and I think most of our world, our humanity is being prevented from knowing this by these pendulums, you know, that they live off energy, you know, like they don't want to disappear, you know, they want to maintain themselves, but we need to really
acknowledge that,
get more knowledge about this, you know. The right kind of knowledge, you know, the right technology is going in this direction, because I mean, there is a lot of also technology, you know, going to other planets, building rockets and this and that, and you know, but this is all on the external, you know, like it's still staying within the parameters of the old system, the old format, you know, of reality. We want to go completely into something else, something like creative, you know, connect with source, you know, and the creator. That's what we are. Let's put it into action, you know.
So
I don't know if I answered your question.
And also I will just,
you know what?
I will just add that, it's totally cool if you have the possibility to live near the nature, close the nature, if you live in the city, I would just go for a walk every day, you know, go for a walk, try to connect in a park, if you have the sea close, because that will inspire you. And also, like you said, when I go, I do the walk every day near the sea, and I also I activate the plate, you know, and I do my exercise looking to the sea, and it's totally amazing, you know, the sensation that you get in your energetic body is totally different. So yeah, and also the voice of the soul. You're having you have to make a decision or something. Yeah, I think is yeah, the soul it will always by a sense make you know if it's okay or not, if she's happy, she's not happy, or yeah. So yeah, if you want to elaborate a little bit on that.
Well, yeah, this is there is this Vadim Zilan mentions that in the books about the when we have to take a decision about something, you know, how do we know you know which way to go, you know, that kind of thing. And it's like it's like this. It's like you put this, you have a question, you put it out there as a question, as in you know, to get an answer. It works. It's not a fixed thing, you know. It's not like a method that is fixed. You have to do it this way or that way. No. Everybody's different, you know, and you apply in different ways according to your own experience. You
yeah, you will have your ways.
You understand it from a different angle. You apply, but in general, what it is you put the question, and you try to experience. You take a few moments to kind of go within. You have to learn to travel within your body. You know, you have to sort of go with your mind. Go inside your body, get in a relaxed state, go within, you know, travel all over your body, go to different parts of the body just to practice, you know, like to this kind of movement. And but it's basically to get the answer is like to go in this relaxed state, go within, and then feel, you know, ask the question and then feel. How does it feel? How does it feel? Does it feel? Does it feel good? Does it feel good? Or I'm not sure. If you're not sure, you leave it. You know, you kind of ask another question. You know, around the same subject, and try and get a sensation of whether this is like inspires you or motivates you. Gives you sort of, does it take energy? Does it give you energy? Does it feel good? And you decide according to those parameters, you know, you kind of, if it feels good, and the answer is yes, do it. If it doesn't feel so good, don't do it. Okay. If it doesn't, if it's not, if you don't get a clear sensation or feeling about it, wait, ask another question, you know, come, and it's that in a way it's very simple, and of course you've got to be attentive to your mind. When your mind speaks, the limited mind, it goes like, why do you want to do it, you know? Like, is it because to impress something, to create an impression, to do this or that, or is it something that just you feel from your heart, it makes you feel good, you know?
Exactly.
You know, is it from, are you doing it from this importance, outer importance, you know, like to impress some some entities people, outside of you, or is it something to, you know, because you are, you know, you want to make yourself more than you know, than more you don't feel so confident, you know, so you want to it's like Yeah, I don't know if sometimes you have to engage and do it, practice it, and feel it, individually, because there is some of these things you can't really make anybody feel something,
Sure.
they have to do it. We can only give guidelines,
Exactly. Yeah.
we can only give guidelines, what it was like you were saying, when you were doing this, and you were like having impressions, and like you were experienced, this is happening in this way, so and it was talking to you. Outer intention was interacting with you, and giving you
Totally.
the first hand knowledge,
Yeah.
first, knowledge through experience first, and this is the only way. I mean, I can't really, everything that we talk about it is like through living it,
Exactly. Yeah.
experiencing, living it.
Exactly.
Even though we read the books are, we read the books, and with me, the books, the Transurfing books, and for that matter, not just Transurfing book, I can, when I trust a book, I open it and it speaks to me, like,
Totally. Yeah.
like you open it in a page, you get the answer what you asked, what you were looking for.
Yeah. The book is kind of alive.
And this is,
Yeah.
it's alive. Yeah, it's magic.
Yeah. And
It's
also,
wonderful.
yeah, also I want to say that some people that are studying all life, they are reading books all life looking for answers. And Transurfing is not that. Transurfing is not reading and reading. Transurfing is practice. You get the knowledge, but you have to start to practice.
Yeah.
That's when you are going to see how it really works,
Yeah.
and you feel it, It's
Yeah.
a lot of people, yeah, read the book and, oh, that's fantastic, that's really cool. And they try it maybe once or twice, but they don't, they don't get the essence because
No.
they don't
No.
practice.
No.
And I think also for me, yeah.
Yeah.
No, also for me,
This is a really good point, Gabriel, because I remember, like, many people used to contact me. When is the next book coming out? When is the next book? I said, you only need one book. Read that book. Read that book. That's all you need.
Yeah.
But of course, then, I mean, there's you do it because you want to, but you don't need it. It's like it's
the mind.
Yeah, it's like it's the limited mind, isn't it?
Exactly.
Not engaging in the process, and always that's why I said at the beginning of our conversation, I mentioned that Transurfing is not really for entertainment. It's like, it's a really a technology for to create a new reality, in depth. It's got some kind of knowledge, in-depth knowledge in there, but given in a simple way that we can engage and practice and do it and see the results, and that's it. Boom, you're away. But it's and this is, it's good to mention that, what you said about practicing and not just
the reading and reading non-stop all your life. Reading, yes, it's good. It's good. And also, you can always learn more reading more books. But I think there is some kind of and this spiritual wave, there is people that is always trying to search for the truth, and they will always, and that's the image that they are sending to the mirror. So they are always looking and looking for the truth, so so I think that it was really a pleasure talking to you, Fernando, like always. It was fantastic.
I just say something before we go. What I was training some students in the UK from different parts of the world, you know. Okay. But one particular, she tried the ayahuasca, you know.
Oh, ayahuasca, yeah.
Ayahuasca, because she wanted to, like, you know, find out more, you know, what she wanted to know who God was. Okay. Who is God? You know, where is God? What is this about God? So she took this, and then she went in the state, you know, and it was very interesting. The experience she had, and she related to me, was that she when she was in the state, God appeared to her. God appeared to her, you know, but she was like in a awake state, and she asked, is there another God? Are you the only God? And this God that she saw, like, said, no, there's another one above me. There's another one. And she kept asking that, and there was always another one, another one, another one. So the thing was, it was so interesting, you know, because it's that thing, you know, you keep asking, looking for outside there for something, and you're never going to find it because it's inside. It's you, you know. So,
totally.
Yeah,
that's really key to see. Yeah. So thank you so much, Fernando.
Yeah, it's a pleasure
for me too.
Yeah.
And thank you, everyone, and see you on the next Transurfing Talk.